Can you improve speed and endurance at the same time? Absolutely. In fact, the two go hand in hand. So today I'm going to divide this into 3 sections: what you can do to run longer, what you can do to run faster, and the one thing that will help both. But first, I have a very important call out. If you are new to running, the most important thing you can do is build your aerobic base. Your aerobic base is your body's ability to use oxygen efficiently while running. Think of your aerobic base like the engine of a car. You can upgrade the tires, the suspension, the aerodynamics, but if the car engine is not strong, it's not going to go anywhere fast. So if you're new to running, Runna just released new to running plans, which are totally free. They'll help you build your base and also work up to running a 5K without stopping. And once you've built out that base, you can focus on layering on speed and endurance. Let's start talking about how to increase your speed, and no, that does not mean sprinting every single day. One of the first things you can focus on to really increase your speed and address those inefficiencies you may have in your running is focusing on your form. Think about it as free speed. Now, I want to call out, there's no such thing as perfect form and no two forms are the same. So we just want to focus on a few things that make you feel a little more comfortable for you. Thinking about running tall and proud, chest up, shoulders away from your ears, arms, hands nice and relaxed. Think about holding potato chips, at least that's what I think about when I start to run. Sometimes I can get really clenched. And as far as driving that next step forward, think about leaning from your ankles, kind of falling naturally, comfortably into that next step. It's gonna take some time, so don't focus too much on all the things at once. Focus on one part of your form, and over time it'll feel more comfortable. If you want more tips or guidance around your running form, make sure you check out this video with Coach Ben. Now that your form is good, let's talk about workouts. In order to run faster, you have to move faster. And I have 3 types of workouts to help you do just that. So the first workout I recommend is an interval workout. Think of it as a high intensity effort followed by recovery or walking. This short burst effort is gonna be just above your lactate threshold. This forces your body to adapt to running at faster speeds, and as a result, the pace you run continuously will increase over time. An example of an interval workout would be 400 meters or a lap around the track, 6 times with 60 seconds of rest in between each rep. Now, if you want to see this in practice, check out the link below for a workout that we did with Aisha. Now, while intervals teach your legs and lungs to recover, you can think about tempo runs as building your ability to sustain a challenging pace. Tempo runs are similar to interval runs where you have a period of effort followed by a period of recovery, but the pace of a tempo run happens right below your lactate threshold, and your recovery is more of a continuous jog. An example of a tempo run would be running for 2 miles at a 7 or 8 out of 10 effort, followed by 2 minutes, nice, easy recovery. The third workout I'd recommend for developing speed are hills. Hills are a great way to build strength, power, and they also encourage better posture, your cadence improves, and overall stride efficiency. With an added bonus, running uphill is lower impact than intervals, making them a joint-friendly way to develop speed. So if you're wanting to try your first hill workout, I'd recommend finding a hill that takes 30 to 60 seconds to run up. You're gonna run up with strong intent, then walk or jog back down for 4 to 6 reps. Let's go get it.
Now let's talk about how to run longer.
Most endurance gains are made in easy conversational pace runs. You really should feel like you're able to hold a conversation with someone nice and controlled. Slow and steady is what wins here. Easy paced runs help reduce burnout and also allow you to build mileage while also recovering from all those speed workouts you're doing. So now that you know all about easy runs, you're probably asking yourself, okay, but how do I add more mileage? Well, the fastest way to do that is by doing it slowly. We like to use the 10% rule as our guide when we're thinking about weekly mileage. So for example, let's say you have a 20-mile week. The following week, you would increase by 10% or 2 miles. Really want to make sure those miles are spread out evenly throughout the week versus one big long run. Or a thought I like to keep in the front of my mind is, it is far better to be consistently good than occasionally great. Staying on top of your fueling and hydration are really important, but they become essential as you go longer. You want to think about your fuel source as a gas tank, right? So as you go into your pre-run, you're having some carbohydrates, get those glycogen storages nice and topped off. And then as you get into your run, you have your chews and your gels with you. You're going to take those as needed to keep your gas tank full, because as you go through your run, you're going to be breaking all of that down, which makes post-run recovery through fueling and hydration just as important. You want to have carbohydrates to help replenish those glycogen storages, and then make sure you're also consuming some protein to help rebuild that muscle teardown that happened during your run. Just like a great dish is made from a variety of spices, I want you to think about your training the same way, because variety is the spice of life. And I'm talking about cross training specifically. We often think about cross training only being for injured runners, but it's really beneficial for all runners. It helps build a greater aerobic base with less impact. So think cycling, that's what I love to do, elliptical, hiking, swimming,
Anything that's going to keep your heart rate up without the impact.
So what's the one thing that can help both? What can all runners do to help improve speed and run longer? That's strength training. Strength training, in my opinion, is probably one of the most overlooked but crucial parts when it comes to running faster and longer. And not only is it great for your body and your speed and running longer, but injury prevention. When we're running, your calves absorb 11 times the force of your body, and your quads actually absorb 4 times the force, right? So we want to make sure our body is strong enough to absorb the force so it's not shifting over to our joints, reducing the risk of stress fractures and tendinitis. And the less time you spend injured means more time you're spending running, building mileage, which is key to running longer. Strength training also builds your power, making your strides more explosive, makes you a more efficient runner, and improves your running economy, which essentially means you can run faster with less effort. So you may be wondering, how is this all going to come together? Because it can sound like a lot to fit into 1 week, but this is just an example of what your week could look like. You'd have a tempo run, an interval run, a long run, easy run, with some strength training in there, and of course there's time for recovery. If you want help designing this type of plan, or you want something more tailored to your running ability, check out Runna. Use code RUNNATV for 2 weeks free. That's all for now. I'm Kayla Jeter. See you next time.